A study recently published by the Financial Times is currently making waves. The study sampled 2.5 million online users across 50 different countries and concluded that social media usage has fallen by 10%. This is making rounds on the news, with reporters reporting that people are leaving the internet. But are they really? Is Gen Z leaving the internet? If this piques your interest, stay tuned and let's get into it, honey. The findings of this study has resulted in a lot of reporters reporting on the findings that people, Gen Z specifically, are leaving social media. And why this is a big thing, if it really is the case, is because Gen Z is the generation of the internet. Gen Z started like from when they were little kids. They had access to cell phones and they were YouTube kids. They literally lived on the internet. Their whole entire childhood is based on the internet. And so this is why it is an interesting fact that Gen Z would consider leaving the internet. I, however, on the other hand, have opposing views. I don't think that people or Gen Z are really leaving the internet. And I will talk about it, about why that is the case. So, if you also it's something I've also been seeing on social media. Like, there's been quite a few creators who post about going ghost, like leaving social media for a month to see what happens. And a lot of them come back and report that they were a lot more efficient. They didn't have to check on, what's trending, and they didn't get as much pings, the ping when a notification comes in, forcing them, or rather intriguing them to go see what that notification is. And so a lot of these creators have reported being a lot happier, being more in control of their time and things like that. And that is a very, very interesting thing. And now this study saying that people are leaving social media, or Gen Z are leaving social media, is very interesting. So one thing I want to talk about, I don't think I need to give like a brief background on like social media. I think by now a lot of people know that these social media platforms like your Instagrams and all of that, when they first came out, they were just these nice platforms to post with your friends and find like-minded people and just share your life. But that has drastically changed over the last, I'd say, decade, with the introduction, obviously, of monetization on these platforms. And I think that is the core of the problem that we have today, the monetization of these platforms. So with the monetization meant that people now wanted to curate their lifestyles in order to appeal to people, in order to make their lives seem as though they are a lot more interesting than they actually really are. And I mean, some people really do live those lives. However, I don't think people are taking flights, every day and buying Birkin bags every week or every month. It's just one of those things where it's developed with this intent of chasing, social media monetization and being a big influencer or creator and having people envy your lifestyles. So Instagram has birthed what we call lifestyle influencing. And I think that is where the problem is. Obviously, with that, right now, if you can think of like 2 or 3 influencers that you know of, they probably fall within the beauty or lifestyle sector or space of influencing. And what they do is, they have this lifestyle that a lot of people envy or would love to have an experience of. So that has driven a lot of people off of social media. So with these platforms at inception being platforms where people just connected, posted whatever they wanted. Some people posted their feed, like just people just posted random things, your breakfast and all those things. And by breakfast, I don't mean like your nicely decorated charcuterie board or whatever. Like it was porridge is something as plain and bland as porridge. And now we no longer have that. In order for you to post on social media and to have engagement and to have people commenting, liking, and acknowledging that, oh, this is such a nice or cute post, it has to be aesthetically pleasing. And I think with that came a lot of pressure from a lot of young people to actually want to acquire things that they may not be in a position in their lives where they can acquire them. And so social media has, in a way, forced people to forget that life progresses a certain way and it's not going to be the same way for everyone. And it's not common that at 20 years old, someone is able to buy a property for themselves. That is something you see a lot often on social media. However, in real life, that is not the case. And so with that pressure of seeing all these influencers at 20 buying houses and all of those things, it really affects people. And this has also led to there's a lot of studies that have been done to basically investigate the effects of social media in people's overall well-being, and the findings are insane. Like, people, and we know, like, that's something we know, that as young people there's a lot of struggle with mental health. A lot of people are dealing with anxiety, with depression, and all of those things. And it has certainly increased. It has certainly increased over the last, I'd say, decade. And I do want to say, and I do believe that part of that is because of all the pressure that people find or have to deal with as soon as they open their phones. And yeah, so with that happening now, I want to get into, are people really leaving social media? So now we know why people would want to leave social media. People want to leave because it's just a stressful place. All right. And another thing actually that I forgot to mention is, the now thing that's been a topic of discussion, AI slop. There's a lot of AI generated content, and right now it's getting to the point where it's scary. And scary in the sense that, like, 2 years ago, AI content, like, you would visibly see that this is AI. Like, they couldn't even get fingers right. And that's how we saw that, okay, this is AI generated. However, right now, with the release of apps such as Sora, we see that it's very, very good. It's gotten really good, and it's stressful and worrying for the vast majority of people. So a lot of people are also now leaving social media because of that. Like, you don't want to have your face, your voice, your image plastered on social media for these AI platforms to copy and make an iteration of yourself. Or even for other people, you never know people's intent. Someone might literally just find your social media, find videos of you talking, and create versions of you that don't exist and make them do whatever they want to do. And that is literally scary. So people are also leaving social media because of that. And you know what? I actually feel like if that's the reason that people are leaving social media, then I think that's good. That's good. And if you were not thinking of leaving social media, and now after watching this video, you actually like, okay, I think I might want to leave social media, I think you should do it. And I think the main reason for that should be the fact that we're trying to boycott against AI. There needs to be regulation, and it needs to be something you can clearly see that this is AI, and it needs to be clearly labeled as such, so that it doesn't breach people's boundaries and people's rights and invade our rights, basically. So yeah, we know now all of these reasons that I've just listed is why people are leaving social media. And I, however, don't think that is the case. I don't think people are leaving social media as such. I think people have just stopped posting because of all the things that I just mentioned, but people are still on social media, lurking around. And if you've been on social media, obviously, a lot of us doom scroll, hello. But if you've been on social media, you will know that a lot of people have been talking about something called doom scrolling. And it's literally people just spending hours on their phones scrolling. And usually the scrolling is on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or even Instagram Reels, but a lot of people don't use Instagram Reels, but it's usually TikTok and YouTube. And the main reason is YouTube Shorts, sorry. And the main reason is because like short form content, it's it's just 60 seconds, sorry, of your time. And that whole 60 seconds, it's something interesting that you're very intrigued by. And the second you scroll, something else, another 60-second clip or 15-second clip that either makes you laugh, is interesting, or just overall something that's entertaining, like comes up. And then you scroll again and it's another, so it's a never ending pattern where in one day, in a single day, you can literally watch close to 1,000 videos, if not more. And you wouldn't even notice that that's how many videos you've watched, because they are short and they're very interesting and they literally pull you in, they suck you into your screen, so you're glued to your screen. And yeah, that is what doom scrolling is, and it's an epidemic. It's a big thing amongst young people. And some surveys even say that 51%, up to 51% of Gen Zs have admitted to doing like doom scrolling. Obviously this is when they do surveys, but it's a very popular concept. Like if you would talk to any Gen Z or young person who's on social media and ask them about doom scrolling, ask them, do you find yourself doom scrolling? They will usually tell you that, yeah, I do sometimes doom scroll, but I try to maybe like just stop myself. And there's like this other article that I saw on Live Now Fox. So the article says that an average in America, the average American spends 6 hours a day consuming content on social media. And this number for Gen Z, it is ridiculous. It says that some Gen Zs can even spend up to 15 hours a day on social media, just scrolling. And so this basically shows how serious of a problem and how big of a thing doom scrolling is for younger people. So the article that came out that says that people are leaving social media, I don't think people are leaving social media. And also, like, I feel like if people were really leaving social media, if scores of people were really leaving social media and not doom scrolling, not lurking in the background, just watching people's videos instead of posting, I think this would cause a panic to your Mark Zuckerbergs and all these tech billionaires who own social media platforms. It would cause such a panic that they would try to remedy the situation by either bringing back features, that would remind people of their childhood or the initial days of Instagram, TikTok, and all these platforms, just to lure people back in, that we've tried something else, and yeah, your feed will now only be available to your friends, the people that you're friends with on social. Like they would literally try everything. They would make sure to try everything to retain the people that are on social media. Like for instance, Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, I feel like Facebook was fading, and it had been phasing for such a long time. And for years, actually, the main audience on Facebook were like older people, our parents. They just go on there and see cat videos, cats dancing, and they actually believe that it's true. So it was a platform for conspiracy theories, for old people to share cat videos and whatnot. And younger people didn't really take it seriously as much. And I think Mark realized that he doesn't have the audience on Facebook that he would want to have. And as a result, he introduced what? Facebook monetization. And now we see the numbers of Facebook users, spiking again, with people creating pages and hoping that they will be admitted into the Meta earning platform on Facebook. Or is it platform? The creator earning fund on Facebook. And so I think that's exactly the same thing that other tech billionaires would do if this was the case, if Gen Z were really, really leaving social media. And otherwise, with all of that said, I don't want to make this video long. With all that said, I think it would be a good thing, to fight back against, AI, because no one wants to watch AI or computer generated things. No one wants to listen to AI music, consume AI art, and all of those things, right? So I think it would be a good initiative for social media users to completely go, I am not partaking in this social media thing, and I am not going to partake up until you guys take a decisive decision and action against AI, because right now, genuine creators are competing against this algorithm, this thing that doesn't even exist. And yeah, so otherwise, leave your opinion down in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think Gen Zs are leaving the internet? Have you left the internet, or are you still lurking and scrolling, viewing people's things, but just not posting any of your personal things on the internet, or even just posting anything at all? Comment in the leave a comment in the comment section down below, and give this video a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this, and share with a friend, if you care. And I'll see you on the next one. For now, it's goodbye.